guys, so I am about to film a video that I've been meaning to do for quite a while, and that is a side-by-side swatch comparison of the VISEART, I believe is the right pronunciation, neutral matte palette to the Beauty Treats, this is the packaging, the 12 color matte 01 neutral is what it says. So this is 12 grams of product as opposed to the VISEART, which is, excuse me, 24. And so this one, it says it's cruelty free. It was made in China. This is made in Paris or France. And I'm sure you know these retail for I think $80, and these are, the price listed on here is $2, so quite a big difference there. So I've seen videos comparing these palettes, like doing one eye with this palette and one eye with this palette. Obviously they are, the way they're laid out, it's very similar. I think they're meant to be dupes. So Sabrina is the one I've seen. I think she was the one that kind of brought this to my attention and also did some videos with this palette. So I will refer you to her. She's done some excellent videos, but I haven't seen anyone do a side-by-side swatch comparison. So because the shadows are kind of meant to be dupes, I wanted to show you all how close they succeeded. So I am going to kind of do what Stephanie Nicole does with her swatches. I have a MAC 239 brush, and I have the Vera Mona color switch to switch the color, and I am going to apply the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I always use a primer on my eyelids because for some reason they just tend to be very oily, or shadows just tend to crease on me. So because I would do that on my eyelids, I figure it's only fair to do this on my arm. Not sure how many shades I'll be able to get side by side here. Anyway, so the Beauty Treats does come with a sponge applicator, like so. Could do without that probably. And I might use that just to swatch a few shades using it, but obviously you can't really clean those as well. So I'm just going to take the brush, try to get in frame here. Alright, so I think it's kind of interesting that they laid this out with the lightest shade in the top right corner, because most people read left to right, so you would think it'd go light to dark. So I'm going to kind of go backwards just so if there's any residual shadow left over, that, you know, a dark shade doesn't get mixed in with a light shade. That makes sense. So again, trying to get this to be as can't see how much. All right. So I will say the VISEART seems to be a little bit warmer in tone, and I think it's more pigmented. And again, I'm trying as best I can not to. It's the best way to do this. All right, so this seems to be more of kind of a buttery cream right there. I could probably just use the other side of my brush in between, but again, I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. Where did that go? Oh. And if I haven't said it recently, this is more of a peach shade. It's going to kind of blend in with my skin tone. So neither one of those show up very well on me. But this neutral matte palette, I think if you can find it on sale, I'm trying to make sure I don't go over, I think it's an excellent palette to add to your collection. It is a bit of a, you can kind of see how much I'm kicking up there. So that one is definitely darker. And there's, I think, the Alcone website, they they have individual shades. So if you just see one that you really want, or you just want to try them out, I think that would be a great way to do that. So I should, let's do this. Okay. All right, so just to try and make this a little bit easier, because they're all kind of blending together. All right, so hopefully that helps. So the two lightest shades, the next two, these two, and then finally those ones. So that's the top row right there. Okay, so I reprimed my arm, and I'm going to do some finger swatches. The VISEART does seem a little coarser, and I have been using it. This one I just took out of the package, so okay, so my pointer finger is the Beauty Treats, and that one is the VISEART. So this is that butter yellow and the light peach. I mean, these are definitely, I think, more powdery. And again, neither one of these really shows up that well. It's a good blending color if you are my skin tone. Okay, so this is this one. So I think, I mean, Sabrina said that she thought they were, I think, both kind of the same quality wise. I think you get a lot more pigment. I mean, and those colors are just, I think, different, but I mean, especially that white. I think that's one of the shades that really impresses me. Like, it's really hard to get a good white, matte white. So you can kind of see the difference there. These both kind of blend in. Yeah, I don't really get much out of that. And the VISEART is darker, more pigment than those two. So, all right, so once more, going to prime. All right, so first I'm gonna go in with this warmer kind of coffee color. So they just seem kind of more powdery. Can blend that out. All right, and then this one, I think this one is a little bit more, just dipped my pinky in shadow. This one is a little bit more cool toned. This one's going on a little. So definitely, I think darker and more cool toned. So this next one, again, a little warmer and darker. You can see it's how much kind of it's kicking up there. All right, and this next one seems to be a closer color match than some of the others. Again, I think it's still a tad cooler and darker. All right, and then the next one, this is a, I guess you would call this like a tangerine color. I mean, they definitely have some kick up. That one seems to apply pretty smooth though, for kind of a, it's not neon, but a matte. I mean, matte shades are generally more difficult to blend anyway. This one's a little bit more of a, I don't know, like a burnt red sort of. And then next in this row is a dark matte brown. That one you can see kicked up a lot. This seems like a pretty good color comparison. All right, so that is the second row. All right, so again, I will draw lines. This Kat Von D liner is almost dried up. So you can see the side-by-side color comparison. And just for fun, all right, so again, the Beauty Treats is on my pointer finger. And so those are a couple of finger swatches, just so you can get an idea. So not bad, really. I would say they're not dead on dupes. I still have one more row to swatch here. All right, I'm going to, since this is getting dark, even though I'm trying to get as much off in between. This is the Sephora Dryclean Instant Dry Brush Cleaner Spray. And I'm just gonna spray that into a Kleenex hand towel. So that's what that looks like. Has a very like powdery scent to it. Okay, so I think that's slightly better. See all the powdery kick up. All right, so again, and I don't think I've used this on my eyelids. My preferred primer traditionally has been the NARS Pro Prime, but I didn't want to use that for my entire forearm. I have been using this Wet n Wild primer. This is the Fergie packaging, which I think is discontinued now. But this is the Take on the Day eyeshadow primer. And I've used this on my lids a couple times, and I liked it. I found that it, you know, did a good job. So that was just to say there's nothing to the primer I chose. It's just kind of what I had. Didn't mind using. All right, so this far right, this brush might still be a tad wet. Yeah, so they say it's instant, but you're still spraying product. Okay. All right, and then this far right corner. Again, I think on the whole this one just leans a little bit more cool toned or neutral perhaps, whereas the Beauty Treats is a little bit warmer. All right, and then this one I can tell is lighter and kind of more of a neutral brown. I think this would make a good transition shade. And I wouldn't read too much into how they're applying on my arm. You know, it's really how they perform on the eyes that matters. But they do seem to be applying pretty well. Of course, you know, using fresh primer and wiping off my arms and everything may affect how they apply. So this is kind of a steely gray. And I'm definitely loading up my brush to try and get a good swatch for you. So they both kind of kick up some powder, so just be aware of that. You may have some fallout if you're too enthusiastic. Again, that one seems to be darker. And then last but not least, this looks like a pure black. This one's definitely more of a true black, I would say. So that is the bottom right to left. And like I said, get some fallout here. So this is the sponge applicator that came with this Beauty Treats, and I'm just going to, let's see, do the white. So I'd say that probably shows up more with the sponge tip, which is generally true of most products. So this is the VISEART. Again, I think for me it's the difficult colors that really kind of make. All right, so this is the black. And flip it over. It's hard when the sponge tip. Okay, so I think this one doesn't have any product. So yeah, so just, you can kind of see there the whites and the blacks. So on the whole, I don't think this is a bad palette at all. I don't think it's a waste of your money. Again, I would encourage you to check out Sabrina's videos to see them applied to the eye. And you can find these Five Below in some areas carries them, I think. I purchased mine from some random website that I just Googled and was able to find them. I think they were priced more than $2, but I mean, I think I still paid maybe like $5 or something. So nothing like $80 for this VISEART palette. So this is one of my, I guess, holy grail palettes, all matte palettes. If I only had this and a couple metallic shadows to throw on the lid, I could be happy. I say that now. So yeah, so again, I do recommend this if you can find it on sale or the Sephora VIB sale. I think it's worth the investment. Again, you can buy individual shadows from the Alcone website, I believe, if you just want to try one or two out. I think they run about $12 a pop, and I don't recall how much product you get, but anyway, that is the VISEART. I don't think this is a waste of your money at all, especially if you can find it for $2. If the VISEART palette is out of your price range, which is certainly understandable, or you just don't want to spend that much money on makeup. So yeah, I do recommend this. I just wanted to kind of show you the color difference side by side. I think you can get very comparable looks. I don't think they are the exact same colors. So that being said, I did purchase, when I bought this, an additional 2 of the neutral matte, or neutral I guess, palettes, which I will be giving away. So if you would like to enter this giveaway, I will make this one open internationally, and you have to be a subscriber, and you have to leave a comment telling me what your favorite eyeshadow formula is, from what brand, to enter. So again, 2 winners, open internationally. You must be subscribed to win this palette. And as a PS, I guess, I have also, this is the 06 Nudes palette, which I've already somewhat opened the packaging. And I believe this is supposed to be the same as this is the Paris Nude palette from VISEART. This is a shimmer palette. It's not my favorite. I prefer more kind of strongly metallic shades. This one is a little bit more, I guess that one's pretty metallic now that I say that. That's actually really pretty. I haven't used this one as much as the neutral matte. It's not as much of a kind of everyday staple. But I did purchase what I thought would be the corresponding Beauty Treats palette. So if you'd like to see a video comparing these side by side, give this one a thumbs up, and I will hopefully be able to film that for you before too long. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.